What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another early afternoon in the Brew Lab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And this afternoon in the Brew Lab, I'm unfortunately coming at you without a camera. The lighting is just terrible in my room. The blackout curtains I usually use are in the wash, so if I had to turn the camera on now, all you'd see is a white light halo thing behind me. So I've decided you're just gonna have to enjoy my voice this time around. But as promised, I've made it to Mythic. So here's my little Mythic Makers of the Month video. It'll probably be the last piece of content before early access, which as I'm recording this is about in 6 days time. Avatar's looking amazing. Cannot wait to get my hands on the new cards. And, you know, shortly after that, the set will be released. I will be able to hopefully record enough content during early access to cover me until then. So yeah, just stay tuned. Plenty cool things coming your way. But for today, and without further ado, let's jump into this Battlefront Skeletons brew. We're fusing together a couple of different strategies. Obviously, hence the name, like the whole skeleton little... It's usually a mono black deck with Case of the Stash Skeleton. You know, we've seen this deck, right? But then what's interesting to note is that a lot of these skeleton cards are enchantments. So they'll trigger the Eerie stuff, which is also really nice. And then they're also findable via United Battlefront. And I don't know, I was just looking for something fun to put together, and this little beauty came into existence. And I went 6-0 with it, and it climbed me into Diamond 1, and then I made my final run into Mythic with a mixture of the White Auras deck and Boros Burn. So it definitely surprised me. There's a lot going on here. We've got a little bit of card draw via the Skitter's Blessing. We can remove plenty of things. We've got this like sort of hasty threats with the skeletons as a potential, alt win con. But oftentimes we can just do the, the most helpful Weaver mono white auras type of a strategy. Sheltered by Ghosts continues to be the best card in standard best of one, in my opinion. And that's also why we're playing 3 copies of Nowhere to Run, because so many people are playing Sheltered by Ghost that getting, not having to deal with Ward is really, really nice. And that's the deck. Nothing much else I really need to add here. We've all seen these cards before. I just wanted to point out we've got a sneaky one of Soulstone Sanctuary, which of course can become a skeleton and get the Anthem effect and the haste through from Corpses of the Lost. Let's jump into some games and see how it holds up on the Mythic ladder. I just ran into the slowest person ever. It was the most pathetic game of Magic. I had to stop recording and start again. It was like a half-an-hour match just waiting for this guy to make his decisions. It was like mono white life gain. Absolute moron fest. I beat him after it almost took half an hour for one match against mono white life gain. I was like, okay, I'm not putting that on the channel. Let's start again. Still managed to keep a top 500 record. That's great hand. Hello. I love that this gives 2 Eerie triggers. So nice. Fourth land for the Battlefront. Definitely not what I was expecting. Ho 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 ho. Ultron style. Let's go. Good luck dealing with that with 2 mana. Although, there's blue there. Yep. Just... It's our 4th land. I think we just fire off the Battlefront. Should we go double corpses? I think so. Why not? This is fun. What you got for me, boy? I have a feeling this is a cage deck. Sweeper. Okay, cool, bro. Wow, nice play. Very good. So good. Classic. I love those. On to the next one. Fairly certain that was a cage deck. Bant cage or something like that. I need to stop, like, I know it's better content, like, you know, in that position where I was choosing between another Sheltered by Ghosts or the double Corpses of the Lost. The double Corpses of the Lost was the more, like, entertaining choice for the content. But in terms of, like, what would have won me the game faster, Sheltered by Ghosts was definitely the answer. So, you know, like, just be aware of things like that when you're playing. Sometimes the more fun and flashy play is not the one that's gonna win you the game more efficiently. Per foot. We all knew that was coming. Is that really such a hard decision? I love that this has flash. Jebaited. Land, please. Oh, hallelujah. Good double case. Ah. Yeah, we all knew that was coming. About as telegraphed as it gets. So this is the Sheltered by Ghosts. These have now got Menace. So... Bye. Sent packing. United Battlefront is such a cool card, man. Elected company for non-creatures. Genius. Genius. I've been watching the latest season of The Witcher. It's so annoying that they have to change the actor, but honestly, he's not too bad. I'm enjoying it anyway. Having played those games a lot, the watching is pretty cool, like kind of remembering names of places and characters from the games. Alright, some one from my neck of the woods, from the... I don't know, potentially... Korea? I really don't know. I can't, it's not Japanese, that's about as far as I can guess. That is a very nice hand. Interesting. Well, since you can't block, might as well swing. Epic. Perfect. In rear. Decisions. Yeah, let's be mana efficient and like... This is definitely a Roboroid deck, would be my guess. We need a land next turn so we can fire off the Battlefront. Okay, okay. Sure. That's so interesting. Oh, tapped land. That sucks. I want to take two... it's only one life. No, I should have done it. Lame! If he even has... You know... Oh, okay, okay. What? I mean, there's 100% guaranteed some kind of protection spell here. So, yeah. That was also a mega whiff. I think we lost this one, guys. We've all seen what Mossborn Hydra can do. Next. Not a fan of that kind of defeat. It always feels really, really lame. Like, they just play that Hydra, hold up a Snakeskin Veil. Next turn, play the bird and, what's his face? Fabled Passage, or one of those fetch lands, Evolving Wilds, you name it, and then you're just dead. There's just becomes like a 28/28 with trample, and you just die. It's pretty pathetic, but you know, thank goodness there's a good green deck. It was a while. I'm not going to complain about it too much. It's just not one of those feel-good defeats. There's somewhere you're like, ah, oh, sick, like that was so cool, dude. Like I'm happy I lost to that. Not so much the case with Sneezy. Well, since we've seen sort of Gruul shenanigans. Common Dragon. Never even saw this guy. I mean, it is a trippy art. Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing it. It was in that. It was at one point. This was actually like one of the cards in the like VV Cauldron deck to like give, you know, use up all that mana and then just like out of nowhere. And it, you know, the front side, it could help you discard VV, and then... Remember? Do you guys remember that? Honestly, if he actually has interaction, then we'll put it... Ooh. Not even like a lightning strike or anything? That's not gonna do anything, bro. Okay. Okay. Cool. Love a nice easy win like that. On to the next one. Be a little bit of a shorter video if things continue like this. I do have to get this ready for the channel and then still get into work in time for a meeting in about an hour. Ooh, I run into this guy a lot. He plays well. Oh god, it's the reanimation nonsense. I guess now it's probably mill. Like Dimir control. A gate. Oh. I've got two more of those. Little slow there, mate. Just a tad slow, I'm afraid. Does he play a second land? Otherwise, we definitely just go. Yeah, sweet. Yeah. Back into the top 100, baby! Sorry, top 200. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Freaking Skellies, huh? Guys, we know what's happening here, right? It's an easy deck to understand. I feel I've done my job piloting it and showing you the various ins and outs. We almost played every card in the deck, actually. Yes, we played everything. So, you know, the only thing we didn't do was make a Soulstone Sanctuary into a skeleton. Everything else we did. So I feel like I've done my job. This is a fun deck. And making use of mostly older cards, you should be able to just play this right away. Like most helpful weaver is probably the main one you will have to craft or something. And if I may suggest some alternatives, you know, you could play. I mean, there's plenty of options here. I was even at some point considering some lunar convocations. You know, there's plenty of options of things that will both trigger Eerie. And be fetchable by United Battlefront, but you know, it is a good card. So if you're wondering whether this is something worth crafting or not, you know, it's definitely up there with the better cards from Through the Omen Paths. Even though I completely hated the set, like this is one of the better cards from it. Yeah, so that's it. That's the deck. Nothing else I need to do on my end other than wish you a lovely day. And request for you to kindly consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a comment, liking the video, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one, which is probably going to be a fresh Avatar brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the Brew Lab, signing out. Peace, y'all.